because I was angry. I was carrying a lot of resentment over some painful events in my life, and I needed to get that out of my system. But the song was about more than just those particular events. It was about asserting myself and setting some boundaries. When I took it to the producer I was working with at the time, he didn't care for it. What he said was something like, aren't we over this sort of thing yet? You know, kind of very condescending. It made me feel pathetic for writing the song in the first place. He acted as if I was expressing a petty grievance, but I was really trying to be true to myself and bold in doing that. So I was pretty deflated by his reaction. And then he complimented my legs and asked his assistant to compliment them too. I think that's when I started to realize I was in the wrong place for what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be as an artist. It sucked because writing that song was very empowering and the response to it was very disempowering. I'd been approaching a breaking point. I was either going to give up on music entirely, completely quit, or run with this idea because it's all I had and really wanted to do. I ended up taking a group of my songs to my friend Jake Owen at Dio Sounds. Jake and I used to perform together. He produced my EP Threadbare, my album The Season. He arranged and produced my song Crazy, and he also co-wrote Hard Rain. My favorite thing about working with Jake as a producer and arranger is how empowering he is as a human being, as a creator. He's very open to other people's creative process. He doesn't step on it or interrupt it. He just runs with it. He had faith in me and my idea for this project, and that helped me to trust myself in a way I hadn't before. It allowed me to get out of a self-conscious mode and stay in a creative one. When he listened to the songs, he was immediately drawn to Shadows. He got it, and he did an amazing job producing and arranging the song. I danced around the house when I heard the first mix, and that's why I'm doing it in the video. I ended up releasing an entire project centered around boundaries, which wouldn't have happened if the first producer hadn't been so dismissive, so that kind of worked out. The project's called Too Sweet Songs for Setting Boundaries, and it's a collection of songs along with a book. And each song and chapter marks a time in my life when I took a step away from my insecurity and codependency and a step towards self-love and self-reliance. All the songs were inspired by events that I detail in the book. The book explores how childhood trauma and sexual assault conditioned me to give my power away to other people and to have very unhealthy relationships. But it also explains how I learned to take my power back and create healthier relationships. When I asked my publicist, Adam Dawson, which song he thought should be the single, Shadows was his pick. That really brought home the lesson about trusting myself and advocating for my own ideas and understanding that my self-worth is directly related to my ability to set healthy boundaries with other people and stop seeking approval. If I'm over anything, it's people who critique others for support. I mean, we all have opinions and need advice, and that's fine, but some people get off on shutting you down or keeping you in your place. And when you learn to trust yourself, you can move past them. If you keep doing that, you find the right people, and you can move past anyone's shadow.